Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Musical, lyrical lingo. Every episode a new bingo. Laugh and sing, go with the flow. Tune in as the memories grow.
Hello and welcome to Musical Lyrical Lingo. We're your hosts, Tim
And LJ, today and every week we will be discussing musicals, but specifically what they taught us. I don't know why that came right there.
Is this our new theme tune thing? Jingle? No.
I don't know, just felt like I
Just
needed
felt
a wee...
like a wee song and a dance.
Yeah,
it is a
wanted a wee-
musical theatre podcast.
Yeah, I wanted a wee tap break
Wee
there.
tap break. You should do that some week for our listeners.
Okay, just
Get-
get them out.
Get out your tap shoes, Francis. LJ's doing a show.
A one-woman show. Could you imagine a one-woman show put on by me?
A one-woman show put on by you.
Oh my
That would be
gosh.
amazing.
The vision.
That's quite interesting. In my musical theatre news today, I've got a wee bit of information about one-woman shows.
Well,
Not
still,
yours, though.
not mine.
You didn't tell me that you're planning on a one-woman show.
It's quite spur of the moment.
I know, because I was going to make a joke about, if I was to do a one-man show, like the tickets would fly out. But now we're on to the subject of you and your one-woman show. I think that's much more important to get out there to the listeners.
Do you think the tickets would fly out with
Yeah,
me? Oh, do you?
I
Or just
absolutely
you?
think so. And would it be an evening of musical theatre, or would it be a mixture of, because the way you like your...
Like a wee bit of drama?
A wee bit of drama and a wee bit of, speech and drama,
Yes.
talking properly and all that.
I mean,
Would it be a mixture of that,
I
or
haven't really thought it through, to be honest. It just
you could do a nice wee evening of like poetry and song, where you
could.
like actually do a bit of prose and then you
Yeah.
go into a song.
Yeah,
wee-
sure.
a
And a
wee-
wee story behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you've put it out there, I think you need to put a wee bit more thought into it. This
Okay. Yeah.
should happen.
Okay, well,
Well, do you know who else is doing a one-woman show?
probably much better than I would.
And I have to say, it was supposed to be a one-night-only affair, and then the tickets sold in less than an hour.
Well.
So she's doing a second performance. Rachel Ziegler.
I know. What
Yeah.
about with Rachel?
Yeah, so she's closing soon in Avita, isn't she, in the Palladium? And then she's returning to the Palladium. She can't stay away. She's returning on the 5th of October for a solar concert.
I'm intrigued about it because
Yeah, I think it'd be a good evening. I do think the girl's talented. Like, here's me saying, she's pretty much proven it. Do you know what I did watch
What?
though? The other night when I was doing schoolwork, and it was just on the background, but I actually was a wee bit interested. I know she got a lot of hate and stuff around the time of it, but I like that remake of Snow White.
I haven't watched it yet. No, my niece likes it.
Do watch
Yeah,
it, because genuinely I was quite surprised, because I was ready to watch it. The reason I put it on the background when I was actually doing work
I
and I
get you.
wasn't sitting down to watch something, was because I was like, it's probably not going to be great. I thoroughly enjoyed it, I have to say, and she was really good in it.
Okay.
So she's performing her solo concert in the London Palladium on the 5th of October, and then she has had to add a 2:30 show, because the first show sold out in less than an hour.
I definitely would like to hear her singing more musical theatre songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think something that's obviously we've heard West Side and we've heard Avita, and I think she has sang a couple of other songs in some other shows or maybe on social media or something.
Yeah.
But I would be intrigued to see a different and musical theatre
Yeah.
her.
Or do you know what intrigues me? And you kind of mentioned it when you were talking about your one-woman show, just how she puts it together, the flow of it. Because interestingly, talking about one-woman shows, Marisha Wallace, my good friend, her recent album came out, and it's the live recording of her one-woman show in the Adelphi. And I was really interested in how she pieced that together. And what she chose was basically she told the story of her life, but then linked the songs to the story.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was really, I thought it was really clever. I almost, for concerts, especially musical theatre concerts, I almost love that more than hearing what they're singing. Like, how do they put it together? What do they do in between the songs? Rachel Tucker's another brilliant one. Like, she just has such funny stories. Yes. Do you know what I mean? And she's a talker. Yeah. And, like, I loved her concert for that reason.
Carrie Hope Fletcher does something similar whenever she goes on her tours, and I think hers are slightly different, where I think is it her end song or one of her songs is always going to be different because she lets the audience choose it,
which is so
lovely.
Which
is really lovely as well.
And keeps it nice and fresh.
And then she writes letters. I think there's a whole big thing. Now she obviously is in calamity at the minute, so she doesn't have that going on. But always was really intrigued by hers. Yeah, I think one woman shows are great. Maybe there is something there for me.
Listen, I wasn't jesting when I suggested you think about it. Do you know what is annoying me at the moment about Rachel Ziegler? And it's not really her fault, but you see this releasing one song at a time. Andrew Lloyd Webber, cut it out. Yes, we know this is something you've done in the past, but they released, what was it? Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, obviously, as a single, and I think in the next couple of days they're releasing Rainbow High. Yeah. Well, have they done a cast recording? You see, if they've done these singles and they're not actually going to release a cast recording of this, I am going to be raging.
No, they will release.
Do you reckon? Even though it was a limited engagement?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, here's hoping. Also, interestingly, Lion King. Did you see this video? So there's a video doing the socials at the moment, and it's really cute and emotional because Lion King's CD Manye took her historical final boy as Rafiki in Disney's Lion King in Broadway after, when you hear this, over 9,000 performances.
What?
Being part of that production in Broadway for 25 years. And they believe she has played to an estimate of 15 million people. What an achievement.
That is mental.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
But could you imagine doing that for 25 years?
That's crazy. But I think the guys that play with Vesta and Scar in West End have been doing it something crazy, like almost a full run too. But that is unbelievable. That is commitment.
Isn't it commitment?
But it's also well done job security for that length of time in musical theatre.
Well, I know, but she must be so sick of those opening notes. Like, she will never want to hear that ever again.
True.
But and then the last piece of information I have for you today kind of links in what we're going to talk about. Because it's a bit of Broadway news. So, Laura Bell Bundy, and that might give you a clue as to what we might do. Laura Bell Bundy and Cara Lindsay of Frozen fame. They will be leading an upcoming off-Broadway production of Romy and Michelle, the musical. Now, I picked this as my musical theatre news because I have no flipping idea who Romy and Michelle are, but I was like, Lauren is bound to know because the pair are going to play the lead roles of Romy White and Michelle Weinberger, respectively, based on the cult film classic Ronnie and Michelle's High School Reunion. I've never heard of that, but I was like, I am sure Lauren will know.
Have you never heard of it? It's like a classic movie.
See, I knew. I was like, I'm going to put that in my theatre news because those are two big Broadway names, first of all. And I was like, I guarantee you Lauren will know that cult film, which I've never heard of.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. And I can't even remember the girl that plays Phoebe in Friends. She's in, at Lisa Kudrow is one of them. And they... it's you need to watch it. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
You need to watch it.
But do you think, because obviously there are so many musicals now, like saturating the market because of cult film status, is that a good choice of a cult film to turn into a musical?
It's an interesting one. I'll put it out there. I think it's interesting. I think it'll work. I think it'll be very similar to maybe the musical that we're talking about today.
Okay.
I think it's going to have... It'll have an audience. Do you know what? It's exactly like Clueless.
Yeah.
It's going to have that sort of.
Okay.
There's going to be cult moments. There's going to be lines which need to be said.
Yeah.
It might not be a long run.
Well, I was going to say, why do you think it's off Broadway? Is it off Broadway almost to like workshop it before moving into Broadway, or is it not cult enough to fill a Broadway house?
No, it's not cult enough to fill a Broadway house. Broadway house.
Okay,
like definitely not. And also, it was one of those films that like maybe very few people would have watched, and then it kind of grew with popularity. And now that us millennials are kind of taking over the world, it's one of those that people are going, actually, you know, that's a really good film.
Okay.
And
just another one of those cult films I'm going to have to go and watch.
Loads of it. It's a bit like How Death Becomes Her became a real big cult film, where it wasn't necessarily amazing at the very beginning, but over time people loved it.
There you go.
So that's great. Watch that.
Well, we've referenced it a couple of times. So with Laura Bell Bundy and it having similarities to Romy and Michelle's the musical. So what are we talking about today?
Just let me be legally blonde.
That was beautiful. Oh my God, you guys.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde.
One that has been on the list for a while.
Yeah, we've talked about it for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2007 musical with music and lyrics by Lawrence O'Keefe, who we know from Heather's fame and also Bat Boy, which we haven't done yet. And Nell Benjamin, who is Mean Girls.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And the book is by Heather
Hatch, I think it is, yeah. And she did the screenplay for the 2003 Freaky Friday.
Oh, okay.
Which is one of the best Freaky Fridays.
Really?
Which is all out at the minute because it's the Freakier Friday. The sequel is out in the cinemas at the minute.
Oh, there you go.
So, there you go.
Very good. Well, it is based on the novel Legally Blonde by Amanda Brown and obviously the 2001 film. I didn't know it was a book before it was a film.
That was my first musical lyrical lingo.
There you go. So the story is, now I struggle with the word that we're going to probably mention a couple of times. Okay. It's sorority.
Sorority. You did
sorority.
Usually this is the other
Maybe
way around.
if you like did an American accent, is it easier? Sorority.
Sorority.
Yeah. So the story is sorority girls' improbable progress to Harvard Law School makes for a screamingly funny comedy of manners and a strikingly serious journey of self-discovery. It is a bit bubblegum musical, but bubblegum with heart.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. First of all, what did you think of the film? Did you like the film whenever it came out in 2001? Have you watched the film?
I've watched the film, but I don't recall, now I might be wrong, I don't recall having seen the film before I saw the musical.
Right.
I think I saw the musical and went, oh, it's based on a film, I must watch the film. And then I watched the film and I enjoyed the film. But I think it was that order, not vice versa.
Okay, because I do feel like there was a period of time, and I suppose this is really funny because obviously you and me grew up together. Yeah. And we were into the same things, but I feel like there was, because you didn't watch Mean Girls either. No. And these are, Mean Girls was 2004, but this is 2001. Like in all these films, which I would have been out watching and fallen in love with, you weren't there. And then I'm like, why?
Because she didn't invite me. She didn't. No, hold on a wee minute. You're going, why were you not there when I was watching all these films? I didn't get invited.
No, that's not true.
It's true?
No, that's not true. That's not true. I do feel like maybe there was that
I think being a boy had a lot to do with it.
So that's what I'm kind of like in my head where I'm going.
Life was tough enough for, young little Tim without going and seeing films like Legally Blonde and Mean Girls. And, do you know what I mean? Let's quit while we're ahead.
Isn't it weird how your mind plays tricks on you where I just am like, oh, we just did everything together?
I know. But didn't go and see those movies together, that's for sure. So Elle Woods, a sorority girl, enrolls in Harvard Law to win back her ex-boyfriend, Warner. He's a prat. But she discovers her knowledge of law can help others, and she successfully defends exercise queen Brooke Wyndham. There's something about that name that's just really, I think it's a class sounding name.
Do you like it?
Brooke Wyndham. It's a class name in a murder trial. Throughout the show, very few have faith in Elle, but she manages to surprise them, defying expectations while staying true to herself.
She does indeed.
And the lyricist Heather Hatch summed it up perfectly when she once stated, I've always been a blonde and I've always been underestimated.
Yeah. Absolutely. It had their first tryouts in San Francisco. That was back in April 2007, and then it moved to Broadway. It moved to Broadway with mixed reviews and very slow sales, which always surprises me because the film was a big hit because we have Legally Blonde and then we have Legally Blonde 2, and it's so big and obviously a big, massive following of it that they've got right now they are making Elle pre-Legally Blonde. It's a TV series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, right, okay.
And Reese Witherspoon is involved in that. She's producing that and everything. So I'm surprised that American audiences didn't love it. Yeah. When UK audiences adored it.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely adored it. Yeah, and like, as a musical, like, it's good as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's got the perfect makeup of a good night at the theatre. Do you know what I mean? So that, it is quite shocking, actually. It's
strange for me, just looking at like correlations whenever we do, because we do this podcast. There is another musical by Lawrence O'Keefe that took off in the UK rather than Heather's. It's exactly the same. Heather's has much of a bigger following in the UK.
But then I also think that is partly to do with because audiences here knew about it because of Broadway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, it's almost like, you know, when you want something so much that, you know, when it eventually did come across the pond, like there was a want for it. You know, people were waiting to see it because they had seen bits and pieces from the Broadway productions. Do you know what I mean? Or they'd heard about it in Broadway. So I don't know if that might have played a part. Also, there was an awful lot that happened with the Broadway Legally Blonde that we might get into in a minute about, you know, they recorded it and it was put out on, was it put out on YouTube or?
MTV did a series called Searching for Elle.
That's right.
Which wasn't too long after it had premiered. So we had Laura Bell Bundy and you had Christian Borle and you had who played Richard H. Blake, he played Warren, didn't he? And you had these big musical theatre names in it, and then they did this MTV Searching for Elle Woods
to cast the replacement Elle when Laura Bell Bundy was leaving.
So then that kind of gave a wee bit of hype, and then that was the very first pro shot of a musical when the musical was still on. Yeah. So there was kind of that like a cult following kind of came from it, or actually, fans who it was not accessible to them.
That's it.
Became, and then I would say UK fans were able to watch that, and then by the time it came over here, people were obsessed with it.
Well, what blows my mind of how could it not open to like roaring success, or that to have these lukewarm like reactions when the production was directed and choreographed by the absolute legend that is Jerry Mitchell.
I know.
You know, he's one of my, he's right up there with the best of them. The show was nominated for 7 Tony Awards, including Best Original Score and Best Leading Actress, but walked away empty-handed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another one of those. The same thing happened, sadly, with the Drama Desk Awards. Yeah. It having been nominated for an impressive 10 awards, also won nada, nothing. Very bizarre. Yeah, so the Broadway production closed in October 2008 after playing to 30 previews and 595 regular performances, and the run was considered a financial disappointment as well and failed to fully recoup its investments.
Yeah, and we should mention that the winner of that Searching for Elle was called Bailey Hanks.
Yeah, that's right.
Just because it was a whole, and because they even had like Heather Hatch on as a judge and everything. So
it was proper big.
It was.
Do you remember them? Because I did watch that.
I couldn't remember properly watching it, but I remember watching it.
Do you remember them having to sing "What You Want" whilst on the treadmills?
Oh yes, I do remember that. Oh my
Because they were all like, if you want to be in a Broadway show, you've got to have like stamina.
Yeah.
And they put them on the treadmills and they were, God bless them. They're like, what you want? What you want?
Yeah. And I suppose as well, this was like pre-2025, obviously, where if you go back and watch reality shows, they were brutal.
Yeah.
Like The Biggest Loser. Do you remember
awful.
the one in Dirty Dancing?
That's right,
where they were at the Dirty Dancing
Dirty Dancing, It's Your Story or something like that. Yeah.
Tyra Banks' show, like all these things were brutal and brutal to contestants, and they weren't looked after the best.
I know, but watching them running and singing on a treadmill was funny.
But I mean, like now you can have people running and singing on a treadmill.
Why not? Stamina. If you want to be in a Broadway musical, you got to have stamina. Anyway, London was a different story. So the original London cast included Sheridan Smith as Elle Woods, Duncan James, randomly of Blue fame, as Warner Hannington III, another really good name, and Jill Halfpenny as Paulette. It opened in the Savoy Theatre on the 13th of January 2010, following December previews. Interestingly, Legally Blonde, you were saying Legally Blonde in America was the first to have a pro shot whilst the show was still on. Interestingly, Legally Blonde in the West End was the first West End show to offer a ticket lottery.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh.
And so the trend was popular on Broadway, but had never been used for a West End production.
And Legally Blonde was the first.
There you go. Yeah.
That's exciting or interesting.
Yeah. It also took 2 million in advance sales before it officially opened.
Yeah.
So the want was there.
Absolutely.
Like people wanted to see it.
And I think Sheridan Smith was an amazing cast choice.
You know, when you go to certain shows and certain moments or certain productions will always live on in your memory. Like I remember going to the Savoy to see Legally Blonde, and the show was brilliant, but what I will remember about the show was her.
Yeah.
And just how she was incredible. And it was the first time I'd seen her on stage.
Right, okay.
And I was like, oh my, like she is so good. And then she's been amazing on stage in everything she's done since.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The West End show won 3 Olivier Awards, including Best New Musical, Sheridan Smith winning for Best Actress in a Musical, and Jill Halfpenny for Best Supporting Actress as Paulette, the beautician. The show closed in April 2012 after 974 performances, significantly more than Broadway.
Yeah.
And like it goes without saying, it's one of those shows where there's been endless national tours and, you know, regional tours, and it's out there.
Yeah, and it's coming back on a
and it's coming back
tour, which is interesting because Mean Girls is going out on a UK tour.
Yeah, it's kind of the same market, isn't it?
And Legally Blonde is going out on a
That's
UK
a good
tour.
point. Yeah, well, you may save up your pennies, folks. So, shall we talk about what it's taught us?
Yeah, musical lyrical lingo. So the first one, as I said, was I didn't know that it was a novel by Amanda Brown, and it was actually based on her own experiences as a sorority girl.
Interesting.
From California. She ended up going to Stanford Law. It's a real fish out of water, and the novel was a compilation of the funny letters that she ended up writing back home.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. Obviously, one of the big things the film and the musical taught me was Delta Nu and sororities.
So I didn't know anything about college fraternities or sororities, and it's such an American thing, isn't it? Like,
like it's even in like Pitch Perfect and it's in like Bad Neighbors. There's like loads and loads of films where there are sororities. But like, I think it was that sisterhood more that I learned from Legally Blonde. Yeah.
And also that they're sometimes collectively referred to as Greek life.
Yes.
Or Greek letter organizations. And I didn't understand that either. And it so makes sense with you know, the hand gestures that they do for like, you know, they're death and you, death and you. And also the fact there's that Greek chorus that follow Elle throughout.
Yeah.
You know, it all makes much more sense.
Yeah. Yes, the girls are from the sorority follow Elle, and I think the writer said that they are like the post-modern Greek chorus.
Yeah.
And they sort of explain what is going on in her head and her feelings and everything. But it's done so well because you can imagine that those girls doing that anyway, whether or not they were part of a sorority. Yeah.
And like it is one of the 5 common elements to sorority. So obviously 1 being secrecy, 2 is that single sex membership, 3 the selection of new members being based on a two-part vetting and probationary process. It all sounds flipping horrific to me, to be honest. You know, the fact of like, you know, ownership and occupancy of a residential property where they all like kind of live together. And then this 5th, you know, common element was the set of complex identification symbols that may be Greek letters or hand signals and colours. And the musical really cleverly, subtly too, incorporates all of that.
Yeah.
Like all of those you know, complex identification, you know, symbols.
And I think it's funny because that's obviously a real indication that you are not part of a secret club.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
I'm raging. I'd love to be part of a secret club.
I know that like if there's people that are maybe involved in like scouts or involved in like masons or involved in other little I don't want to say little clubs, but you know. I
mean, the Masons are not a little club. No. The Scouts are everywhere.
There's a certain little handshake that little people will do.
What do Scouts do? I know about the Mason one.
I can't tell you.
Do you know what they do?
Yeah,
were you a Scout?
No.
Well, then how do you know if you weren't a Scout?
I
infiltrated the Scouts.
Wasn't a direct Scout. So yeah, they're like all these things, and you have like these little hand movements, hand gestures, little rings, all of those things.
And yes, a different world that I'm not part of. A different
world. What do we have in the musical theatre world?
Jazz hands.
Just jazz hands.
You know, a musical theatre kid, if they've got a decent jazz hand or a shimmy.
Or can, you know, walk around in a room and not bump into people's
or like,
awareness.
Yeah, or like jump into action anytime they hear 5, 6, 7, 8. That's us going.
It's funny actually when you say that. Do you, whenever you're counting something, do you do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Because I still do this. So if I need to count, like I'll go, instead of going, I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. No?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, okay. Yeah.
So do you know how we change the first?
Sets of 8?
Yeah. But when I count something, do you know how you change the first number to whatever set you're on?
Yeah, but would you not just be easier counting up? Because then you're going to have to do the maths and work out, right? So I had 3 8s. So how many is that altogether?
I kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You count in 10s rather than 8s.
Because I can't do maths.
Oh my God, you guys. Let's talk about that song.
Yes.
Do you know what I learned?
What did you learn?
Although I still don't really understand it.
Okay.
That you can't use a half loop stitch in Chinese silk. It'll pucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her undergrad in fashion merchandising, Elle knows her stuff. I, however, haven't a clue what a half loop stitch is. Don't know what China silk is. And pucker, is that when it like thingies up together, like bounce, like claws up together? Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's just a stitch type, and China silk is just a softer silk.
Okay.
And yeah, like you said, it will pucker.
There we go. I mean, I wear China silk often, mostly at the weekends.
Of course you do. Yes, I call it, oh my gosh, guys.
Because you're a good girl.
I'm a good girl. Okay, so oh my gosh, guys.
Oh my gosh, it just sounds like perfect.
I know.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
I even sing it that way.
I love it. Do you know what I love? Like when youth theatre or like schools decide, you know what, we're gonna do Legally Blonde, and then they change the oh my god to oh my gosh. I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, I know.
I understand and I respect why you do it, but I do think it's hilarious when like schools are like, okay, we're gonna do like Legally Blonde, but we'll change the opening
It's
number.
okay for me. My personal opinion is that whenever I'm singing it, I just sing in the background. Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, you guys! Yeah.
Who's singing that? Who's putting it in an SH? Nobody. Anyway, Serena says light candles in a single file.
Don't forget to smile.
Okay, but so this could be a metaphorical phrase from a Buddha quote, which is thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared.
Oh wow!
Isn't that so lovely?
Oh.
And also, this means knowledge, joy, or anything positive can be shared without being depleted. Sharing a good idea with others doesn't make it less valuable to you. It just spreads. And like those girls are so happy that she's about to get engaged. Doesn't quite work out that way. But I just thought that's a really clever line.
Yeah.
Where just that she said like candles in a single file, but actually they're talking about how they're so happy for Elle, and it doesn't diminish anything they've achieved in their life.
Yeah, and here I was thinking they were just in a line holding a candle. Do you know what I mean? But the depth of it, means why we do the podcast, isn't it? Really.
I also love the little whenever Bruiser's talking.
Yeah,
she's trapped in the Old Valley Mill. I mean, Old Valley Mall. I just love that. So you like, throw back to Lassie.
I love lose the gum cake. You look like the maid. Rude. Any others in oh my gosh?
No. Okay. Oh my gosh.
What you want is right in front of me, In front of you, actually.
Yeah, in front of you.
They sing, first you'll need an LSAT score of more than 174. So no more parties for you.
Yeah.
So this whole idea of LSAT, what on earth? So LSAT is short for Law School Admission Test. And it's a standardized test administered by the Law School Admission Council for prospective law school candidates. It is designed to assess reading comprehension and logical reasoning.
Yeah.
So an LSAT score LSAT scores range from 120 to 180. So she's going to need a pretty high score if it's 174.
Yeah.
In 2001, when the original film was set at 174, would have put the test taker in the 99th percentile.
Well, I think that was a creative choice, as in a reason for them making it so high, because if the score was 120, 180, and if they say we'll get 120, then she's just scraping by. But I'm going for that 174 because she mentions I have a 4.0, and our grade system,
fashion merchandising,
our grade system works very differently, so that would be the same as a first class honours.
Okay, got you.
So she is a clever girl.
Yeah, no, listen. It's certainly setting an extremely high bar. No pun intended. See what it did there? Bar, law, bar. Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, that's what I learned too. Just that the 4.2 was the first class honours and what the else that's for.
Now, you might know this, well, you obviously do, because it's not in your musical lyrical lingos, but obviously she then goes to her parents and is like, this is what I want to do. Will you help me, like, finance it? And the mom goes, how about a nice Birkin bag?
Yeah.
What on earth is a Birkin bag?
One of the most expensive bags ever, and the reason that I knew Birkin bag is because of Gilmore Girls.
Oh, flip. Do you know what? We've done quite well in that we've got through quite a lot of episodes and you haven't mentioned Gilmore Girls for one. Here, you'll be proud of me.
What?
On season 3 of Gilded Age.
I am proud of it. It's great, isn't it?
It's so good.
And just
it's so good.
And it's just really good that there's loads of musical theatre stars in it.
But this is it. It's just a who's who of American theatre.
And I do love it.
Yeah, me too. But we're digressing.
Yes,
so Birkin bag, very fancy.
Very expensive. You can almost can't just walk in and purchase a Birkin bag, you know.
However,
It needs to be on order.
that being said, it's probably important to note that although a Birkin bag is expensive, it's probably nowhere near as expensive as going to Harvard.
No. Yes.
So it's
Like,
all
our mom's
relative.
trying to be a bit cheap there.
Yeah, exactly. And then I love it when they burst into Harvard Law and they're in their cheerleading and band gear.
Oh, shame. She hasn't written a personal essay.
How
Is this
this for a personal essay? An essay so boring and so much does not fit. It is one of those musicals I think I could sing word for word.
Okay.
They then all go, we all through here on JetBlue. Thank you.
Yeah.
So JetBlue is overall a good airline to fly, especially to destinations within the US. But according to Google, only JetBlue gives you the most legroom in coach, free high-speed Wi-Fi for all, free snacks and drinks, and live TV, movies, and more at every seat. But according to Going.com, it doesn't meet the high standards required for a 5-star rating. It's typically rated as like 3-star airline by Skytrax.
Right. Okay.
I did my research into JetBlue.
Right.
Thank you.
Very good. No, the thing is,
Here we go.
internal
Have you flown
flights.
JetBlue?
No, internal flights in America is almost like our buses.
Really?
Yeah, they're so often and frequent, like especially like LA to Vegas. You know, like they're like 45 minutes and you're out.
So what you're saying...
I'm okay that it's not going to
Yeah.
be like a 5-star because
So what you're saying is Elle Woods didn't have to put too much effort into, getting them all on, the costumes and the band gear and
that's why
the
they weren't able to
pom-poms.
all be in their band gear and costumes.
Thank you. I love that. So it's a fantastic number.
It's great. I like the songs because they do bring out that fun element to the story.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
What is?
Blood in the Water is what I have next.
Well, I have Harvard Variations.
Go for that.
Just because, so Harvard Variations, she's arrived at Harvard Law. She got in, much to the disdain of some of the professors, but they couldn't say no to that headshot, could they? And she, you're in the like square or like the court, whatever that wee bit in the middle is, fancy outdoor area. And there's loads of different students, and it's the start of being introduced to some of the very secondary characters. And they go through their story one by one. So one of the students sings, I want a Fulbright and a Rhodes. Did you know? That was really good. I could play that.
Okay.
A Fulbright is a prestigious scholarship program granted to students on a merit-based system. And a Rhodes is also a prestigious scholarship which is awarded annually for studying at Oxford universities to students of certain Commonwealth countries.
Oh.
Established in 1902 by Cecil Rhodes, it is the oldest international graduate scholarship program. Yeah. Then another one sings, in my country, my word was law, but then I flee because of stupid coup d'etat.
Yeah.
A coup d'etat, originally from France, is an illegal overthrow of state by military or other entities within the state. Did you know that?
I knew that.
Oh, you're clever. Blood in the Water.
Blood in the Water.
Look
Sung
for the
by
blood
the terrible Callahan.
in the water.
So I think you have to have somebody that can sing to make that song.
Oh, I like that song.
No, that's what
You're
I mean.
nothing
I do like that
until-
song, but I think if you've got somebody that isn't, of course you could play. That's what I'm saying. But if there was somebody that wasn't particularly great, it would be a difficult song.
I'm getting to the age now where I need to look at parts like that.
Okay, I'll help you. Look at those parts. So he mentions Thomas Hobbes.
Yeah, look for the blood in the water. Read your Thomas Hobbes.
So I was like, well, who is Thomas Hobbes?
Me too.
Born 1588 to 1679. He was a major English philosopher and author of Leviathan. Is that right? Leviathan?
I have no idea. Sounds
So
great.
it was the social contract theory where people consent to be governed by a sovereign in exchange for protection and security.
Yeah, and he was also of the opinion that everybody was constantly at war with everybody else and all were inherently selfish.
Yes. Yeah. So
And
a wee bit of light reading there.
yeah,
if you
and
wanna
he
go in.
certainly, Callahan,
Yes.
fits that perfectly, doesn't he?
Yeah. He also says your scruples are a flaw.
Your scruples are a flaw.
I think you found your part
I
already.
have.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't say it often. But I could play Professor Callahan really well.
Okay.
You're nothing until the thrill of the kill becomes your only love.
Perfect.
Miss
Perfect.
Hoops.
Yeah, we're getting one more
No,
show.
as I say, I know every word. Carry on.
So your scruples is your moral principle or ethical beliefs that prevent somebody from doing something they consider to be wrong.
There you go.
So he maybe doesn't have beliefs or just does whatever he wants, Callahan.
He does.
I do love that name, Callahan, as well.
Honestly, the names,
They're
like
great.
the character names in this film or book,
Yeah.
I wonder, are they the same in the book?
Oh, yeah, I wonder.
Or were these names the names for the film? Who
They're
knows?
definitely the names of the film.
Yeah, no,
So,
yeah,
but I mean,
definitely, yeah. Let's make it a wee bit more light and cheery again
Okay.
than The Blood on the Water, because obviously that song's about being a shark.
Yes.
If you want to be a lawyer, you've got to be a shark and look for that blood in the water. Let's go for some Bend and Snap.
Yeah,
Bend and Snap.
Oh my goodness, this cracked me up whenever I was looking like research for this podcast. Somebody Google searched does Bend and Snap actually work?
Stop it.
It's like it's not like just one person, it is a regular search.
I would say if you do it well enough, it might.
So what I came back was, though many people have searched this, it doesn't work, but it might get you a partner. Sorry, it might not get you a partner, but it will get you attention.
Whether that's for a good
So
or a
whether,
bad
yes.
reason. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So use it whatever way you wish.
I'm going to say a bad word here, but she sings, look at my ass, look at my thighs. I'm catnip to the guys. Catnip.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what catnip is?
Yeah, it's like a drug for cats.
But see, I didn't know that.
What do you mean you didn't know that?
But why would I know that there's a drug for cats called catnip? Like, why? So catnip, for anybody like me out there, is a drug for cats and it tends to make them crazy and excitable. Why would you give a cat a drug that makes them crazy and excitable? Cats can be crazy enough. I've seen the film.
Yeah. 'Cause I think cats are a bit strange, so
I don't trust a cat.
I
I'm
don't
going to
like
get
cats.
lots of hate, but I don't.
I don't like cats. I'm not a cat lover.
Oh, I love a dog.
Wow.
I love a dog. They also sing, nowadays I do dye jobs and curls, but here's how we did it in the Laker Girls. Dum, 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 dum. Wow.
Yeah.
So you can even do the dance break music.
Yeah.
Is all female National Basketball Association cheerleading squad. I knew that, but they perform and support the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team in every home match. I didn't realize they do it in every match.
Yeah.
That's a
Have you
commitment
watched
to the Laker girls.
The
No.
one about the Dallas
No,
Cowboys?
I can't do it.
Why?
You're talking about reality TV shows back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a bit of, like, certainly the first series of that cheerleading one that you're talking about is ruthless. I don't know how they get away with that.
Well, they also had a series on MTV beforehand called like Meet the Team, and it was worse than it is
Really?
on Netflix. Yeah.
Well,
But I just
don't underestimate cheerleaders. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, I love a wee background behind the scenes. What's
You
going
do.
on?
You
They're one
do.
of my favorite things. So
You
anyway,
do. What have you got?
That is me. I'm kind
You don't
of
have
done.
any there, right there.
No.
Look at this tent.
No, I don't. But what I adore that scene
It's
and that
very
song.
funny.
And you know what? This was such a moment where I was like, I'm a musical theatre kid. There was somebody on TikTok, on social media, and they were saying something and they were talking and they were explaining, and a comment underneath. Now we all know that social media can sometimes be a horrible place.
Yeah.
but the person wrote underneath, are they gay or European? And then this person thought that they were being really mean about them. And I was like, no, he's referencing a song. He's referencing a song. And it actually turned into this whole big thing. And then the guy had to come on and go, I know I wasn't being mean. And then he had to come on and say, oh, I just realised that this is actually a song and like from a musical. And I was like, but I got it. I got it.
I was there. So obviously this song, for anyone who doesn't know, is set in the courtroom during Brooke Wyndham's trial, and basically her pool boy is telling the jury one story, but then they're kind of going, but
it doesn't make sense.
Yes, it doesn't make sense if he's gay.
Yeah.
And obviously he's lying anyway because he is gay, but they're all going, but is he gay or European?
Yeah.
So that's what the song's all about. So one of the lines says, well, is it relevant to assume that a man who wears perfume is automatically, radically fey? That wasn't right. I'm really annoyed with myself. I feel like I need to do it again, but the pressure's on and I don't think I can.
Okay, that's all right.
No, I can't do it. Fae. F-A-E.
Okay.
Do you know what fae is?
Yep.
So fae is another word for fairy.
Oh, like
A slur. A slur to gay men for a long time. But fae, I didn't realise. Like basically saying that, is it relevant to assume that a man who wears perfume is a fairy?
Oh, no, I'm trying to think, like, is it like Old English, like fae, or like fairy? Like
it looks like Old English,
right, okay.
doesn't it? So fae or European.
Yeah.
And this is a call to the opinion that European culture for men is very camp and flamboyant. They make reference to kiss you on both cheeks.
Yeah.
And, you know, that is very common greeting in many European countries.
Yes. I also love the line about wearing a skirt or a kilt.
Yes. It's very fun. It is very, but it's tastefully, do you know what I mean? It's so funny. You can't not laugh.
It is very fun. And especially if you have an excellent, like it's very, very short, but his partner then, where he's like, if you have somebody that does that, they can literally bring the house down. Because
you need a good Carlos and is that Rico? Carlos and I can't remember, but very funny.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, just how that all goes on.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good song. That's kind of all I learned, apart from the whole love yourself first, hard work and determination will always see you on top, and sisterhood and female empowerment. There's nothing like it.
Big time, absolutely.
I like it. It's a
so
good musical.
Now, and I said this to you before the episode when we were briefly talking to EP, who then left us. I think as I've got older, I wouldn't say my opinions have changed of the music. Like, I still think it's a brilliant musical, but I just don't think I'm as like, about it. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's just, and also when you've seen it a couple of times, which I have, do you know what I mean? You're like, okay, I've seen it now. But then I feel the same about Wicked, like the stage show, you know. However, I think since the films, I'm ready to go back to Wicked. Like, I'd like to see it again. It's not long. Like, where has that year gone?
We'll have to get our tickets. As soon as they come out, we'll be getting those tickets.
But talking about good things, what were your stand ovations for Legally Blonde?
I do love Legally Blonde. I love that where she's just been kissed by Callahan and she thinks like, this is not worth it, nobody's going to believe me, and then Emmett's like, oh, but what about love? Like, I'm sorry that I left it. And I love the melody of that song. I really like that.
And in a show where there's not a huge number of ballads. There's a lot of like upbeat tempo, either funny or like full on dance, crazy big numbers, to then have a moment that's so soft and so quiet. It is quite touching. And the only reason I wouldn't say like, oh my gosh, you guys, is because I feel like it's overplayed. It's like, it is a great song and I love how it kind of goes through different stages. But to me, I'm like,
it's either done a lot in Amdram, like little performances or kids shows or something that I'm like, I kind of could put that to bed. That's all.
What I would say is it's up there with some of the best opening numbers for musicals. Like when you hear that vamp at the beginning, dum 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 dum, you know. Yeah. No, and then they're all like screaming it in your face. Oh my God. Like it's a big opening.
Yeah. I do like Legally Blonde. I think Ireland is a funny song.
Yeah. See, I can give and take that now.
Yes. But like I said, if that's the song that somebody's going to pull out of their trick bag all the time, you're like, oh, they're singing Ireland again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'll just go with Legally Blonde. I think that's
Sheridan Smith's performance of that, like literally would have ripped your heart out and smashed it on the floor. Yeah, I love the end of Act 1 so much better. Because again, you know, oh my God, it's a brilliant opening. So much better is a fantastic to take you out to the interval, to the theatre bar, to get a wee, you know.
And I think yes as well, because
perfect.
It's that perfect. Our girl's on top. Yeah. You know, she's it's great.
And then that Legally Blonde remix to end Act 2 is they've book it, isn't that what they say? Bookended it so perfectly. Do you know what I mean? Like, and even actually whipped into shape, which opens Act 2. Like they've got those numbers so right, haven't they? Actually, you know, they open and they close with a bang.
Yeah, which is why I still find it strange that it had mixed reviews on Broadway. But
I don't understand that. I can't get how the American audience didn't like lap that up.
Yeah. So strange.
Yeah.
So strange.
But there we go.
That was. Well, I ask you, what do you think Paddy would do?
All right then. What would Paddy do this week?
What would Paddy do? Okay.
No, I couldn't see Paddy in Legally Blonde.
Oh gosh, no, not even as Paulette.
Do you know who she'd do a brilliant? Professor Callahan.
Interesting.
Now she would be brilliant at that number and that part, and flip it, gender reverse it. Although it wouldn't make sense when she.
Well, kind of.
Well, could do.
Yeah,
never know.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, just because this had a movie pro-shot TV special.
Yeah.
Would you want to perform in a Mary Poppins?
Oh no, we're talking Bert.
Movie musical or a pro shot of Mary Poppins. So movie musical is going to be very different to the pro shot stage version.
Movie musical or pro shot?
Yeah, of Mary Poppins.
Movie musical, you get paid more. Hello. If this world is going to see my Bert, I want the cha-chings for it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm told TV and film.
World money.
Listen, I am told the TV and film world is big bucks, so I'm going there.
Okay. All right.
Cynthia, who you just wait till the Mary Poppins film movie
and
musical.
This is where the producers have decided that Bert is a third-class character.
Sorry, what? You tried doing supercalifragilistic without Bert, all right? See how you get on.
Up and coming, chimney sweep.
Step in Time. What would you do for Step in Time if he's a third?
Like I said, there's a new young sweeper.
I'll never work. All right. I'm away to sign my contract.
All right.
Who's directing it?
Me.
Now we're talking big bucks here, folks.
All right.
If we're not in Hollywood, we'll be here next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you then.
Bye.
Tune in as the memories grow.